We are never too old to learn something new. We need to stop resolving on random notes when we do a solo. This lead guitar technique will help your solos sound connected. So grab your guitar and let's get into it. So for these examples today, G minor, C. Check out this awesome rhythm. It's all about the right hand. You need to have that simple groove and rest the palm of your hand close to the bridge to create a little muting. And I'm just muting these strings so you can hear that, but you want to hammer on these chords as you're creating that rhythm. Playing lead guitar is fun, but rhythm is so important. We can easily improvise over this track with the G minor pentatonic scale, and I'll leave a link in the description for this great backing track. First position here, but we're going to really focus on the extended version, G minor extended pentatonic. We will use this scale for structure, but my point today is don't resolve on random notes. Really have a plan. Start with home base is the G note. So in this part of the neck, I'm always know where these notes are. In the 3rd fret of the E string, 5th fret of the D string, 3rd fret of this E string, and then we have this octave up here in the 8th fret of the B string. B note, always know where those are at. Because just that alone you have those little phrases right at your fingertips. And then you know them all over the fretboard. The same G note that you're targeting, and you're using these phrases. So we can target the root note of each chord. For the G minor, obviously, the G note. For the C chord, we'll target the C, obviously, is the root note, 5th fret of the G string. 3rd fret of the A string is also C. Just by targeting the root note of each chord, we have a home base, we have a connection. But moving forward here, if we look at the minor third of the G minor chord is a B flat note, 3rd fret of the G string, and going to the root note. And then we have the E note is the major third of the C chord, 5th fret of the B string. And then right below that is that root note in the 5th fret of the G string. Check out these ideas in context. So as you heard, we can hammer on to these root notes. And then the extended pentatonic scale helps you to slide up to some of these notes. sliding up to that 3rd fret of the A string is that C note. Same thing, but you're sliding up in the 5th fret of the D string, now the root note G. Using that B flat note. Using that E note with a little bit of movement. So 5th fret of the B string, and you are just bending a half step and just going back and forth. So you're actually trying to hit this F note. Has a great sound. And then getting back to the root note, 3, 5 on the B string, 3 on the G string, and then on the D string, the 5th fret is the root note. That slight bend there. It's a bluesy thing to do. You just don't want to run up and down a pentatonic scale and just hope to hit a good note. At least have a little plan to get to home base with these root notes and in the minor and major third, whichever the chord is. But just those few notes, and they're right at your fingertips here. And the biggest thing for me is how these create double stops. So if we bar the G and B strings on the 3rd fret, and we want to use that slight bend again, and then we can bar the 5th fret of the G and B strings, and then alternate. Great exercise to really get used to doing that. And right here, you can use your 3rd and 4th finger here in the 5th fret of the G and B strings. And then bend. It has just a different sound if you do it that way. You're bending a half step up. Just don't resolve to a random note. Have a plan. Resolve to some home bass notes, because you can get away with murder during a solo as long as you resolve to some confident notes. Thanks so much for hanging out with me. Let's talk soon.